Greetings to everyone. Welcome back to Miss Recaps. Today I'm going to explain a film called Dumbo, released in the year 2019. Have you ever seen an elephant with a makeup face like that? Everyone laughed at this unusual elephant. A young elephant, whose oversized ears enable him to fly, helps save a struggling circus. However, when the circus plans a new venture, Dumbo and his friends discover dark secrets beneath its shiny veneer. So why does this elephant have such magic? Spoilers ahead. Let's keep going with this story. Stay safe and have fun. The film is based on events that occurred in Sarasota, Florida in the year 1919. We see there is a circus group named Medigi Brothers Circus. At that time, a man named Holt Ferrier lived in the area. He had Millie Ferrier and Joe Ferrier as his two children. The two children were waiting impatiently in front of the station that day to pick up their father. His father, who lost one of his arms. Additionally, he used to work as a zoo horse trainer. The movie shows that his wife had died of illness. The previous circus owner's business was not as good as before, so the owner had sold it all. One day, Holt Ferrier bought a female elephant that was about to give birth. At this point, the son said that there was something in the straw. After that, they checked and saw a pair of oversized ears come out. But the baby elephant that was born did not look like his mother. The leader of the circus looked at this elephant and cried, because he wasn't expecting such a large ear. This elephant had ears as big as 2 banana leaves. Consequently, the group's leader hates it and departs because of it. What is the deal with this performance? Millie and Joe took care of the baby elephant and named it Dumbo. In the evening, when they're having fun with Dumbo, Dumbo had suddenly sucked the feather into his nose. It couldn't believe what it was seeing. They had no idea the baby elephant would suck it up his nose. The baby elephant's oversized ears then flew up and down. The kid was worried, so two children ran to describe the scene of the big ear of the baby elephant to their father. But their father didn't think it was true. At that time, his father also received an artificial hand from another circus player. The circus is currently performing at this moment and has a lot of visitors visiting the circus. The beginning of the performance was really beautiful, and the audience cheered as well. When the time comes, our sad baby elephants will finally it's time to perform. However, they are wrapped in cloth to cover the elephant's ears, so the audience cannot see the elephant's ears. Baby Dumbo sees a guest lady who is wearing a feather hat. Immediately, Dumbo sucked the wings into his nose. All the audience had to laugh because it was so funny. As soon as Dumbo was about to fly up and down the stairs to the stage, all the audience were so surprised that they called our baby elephant a fake Dumbo. The scene was very awkward. At this time, Dumbo's mother goes out to see her baby elephant. She immediately ran outside to shield her infant. The audience fled in fear as a result. But the elephant trainer yelled at the mother elephant while brandishing a rattan whip. But this time, Mother Elephant got angry and but carelessly and had to support the tent with a pillar. Now the performance show has been destroyed. And this elephant trainer had died at this time. In the morning, the baby elephant came to them. And that's the last time that Dumbo sees his mother. Thankfully, no one filed a lawsuit against the animal circus performers, since they were already poor and the circus was having financial problems. So they decided to sell Dumbo's mother. Dumbo had to endure the removal of his mother. Because he didn't want his mother to leave, Dumbo tried to follow her. Yet what is a baby elephant capable of? Dumbo raised his eyes and looked at his mother's left. Now he has lost his biological mother. A few days later, Dumbo still hasn't eaten at all. And Dumbo was lying down sadly. Millie and Joe visit the baby elephant. Then they see Dumbo trying to fly again. Suddenly, Millie began to think that the flight of the elephant was amazing. So the audience would be impressed. Additionally, it makes our circus act successful and profitable. Nobody would feel sorry for you. The girl informed the baby elephant at the circus. The only solution is to develop your strength. At that time, the younger brother, Millie, was kind enough to bring food for Dumbo. The two then see that they unintentionally dropped a feather. The feathers on the ground are what they are observing. Dumbo inched closer before taking a moment to exhale forcefully. Dumbo sneezed at once, propelling him into flight for over 3 seconds. It's true that when a feather crashes into a baby elephant, Millie is aware that Dumbo has feathers and can fly because of this. He could perform an elephant show on stage to raise money. The little girl suddenly thought of a way for Dumbo to go on stage and perform to earn money. It would dazzle the audience and ensure the success of our circus act. Now Holt follows the idea of her daughter. The little girl said, "What a hurry to train for a week." And Millie's father is revealed to be a firefighter. The clown makeup used in this performance makes it highly appealing. After that, Dumbo was propelled upward so that he could spray water on his snout to douse the flames. Now the audience started to applaud. But all of a sudden, the issues caused the wooden board to collapse to the ground. Then they tried to control the fire in an instant, but the flame switch was stuck, and they could not put out the fire. Anyway, now Dumbo is surrounded by flames. Flames are already engulfing Dumbo. He was so terrified that he couldn't stop shaking. When the girl realized that Dumbo was in danger, she climbed the ladder while toting a feather. After that, Millie offered Dumbo a feather. She tries to convince Dumbo that he can fly. So, prove to everyone that you are a unique elephant who is not like other elephants. Millie then plunges into the water after that. This time, Dumbo grew stronger and was able to effectively take off into the air and inhale a large amount of water. Then squirt water in the faces of the visitors who are making fun of him. Everyone who saw this was shocked. So many people took a photo of Dumbo and shared it on social media. The circus owner perceived the show's performance as an unexpected success. In the eyes of the circus owner, the performance was an unexpected success, but for Dumbo, he had to take the risk to complete the show. After that, everyone worked hard for another show performance. Even if the wind blows at Dumbo, they must also protect Dumbo from the fear of becoming ill and being pampered by everyone in circus. The owner of the circus also hired some pretty girls to bathe the baby elephant, Dumbo. Suddenly, Dumbo heard sound of the truck outside. He thought his mother had returned home, so he ran out. But unfortunately, that was not the case in this case. That's why Dumbo is so sad. He cannot see his mother. Certainly, every newspaper is now posting information about Dumbo. Furthermore, a rich man is so interesting after reading the news. So, he planned to go there to pay a high price for this elephant. Later, they arrived at the circus. He was named Vandeveer, and his partner was a famous actress named Colette Marchant. Afterward, Mr. Vandeveer persuaded the circus owner to say in short, they wanted to meet the circus owner to buy a baby elephant. Then Mr. Vandeveer shares cool conditions to become a large circus committed to providing a carefree life for everyone there. So, Dumbo needs to go to a big city far from his home to enthusiastically perform to attract the eyes of visitors. Indeed, both Millie and Joe were attracted to the amusement parks here, including the scientific research that Millie dreamed of. But they can't do anything to help Dumbo. They don't have any sympathy for them. Millie says he's just a tool to make money. At this time, Dumbo started to be taken to the training ground to prevent an accident from happening below, where there is also a protective net. Colette also trained baby elephants to fly. But at this time, Dumbo sucked up the feathers and his skills became more and more proficient. Then Dumbo flies very fast. Because Dumbo's speed was too fast, Colette couldn't jump on him. So, Dumbo flew to come closer to her and he was not careful. That made her fall straight down. And Dumbo also falls beside her at this time. However, this performance is dangerous. The owner of the circus saw that wonderful flying performance and was excited. He didn't care about their life or death. They just forced them to go on stage to perform tonight. At this place, there were a lot of people who came to watch the show. Now Colette decided to take the risk of performing a role-playing performance with Dumbo at these times. At the beginning of the performance, Miss Colette successfully performed by sitting on Dumbo's back at the top of the stage. When Miss Colette looked down from above, she didn't see the protective net, but it was too late. Colette had to bite her teeth to save her destiny. That day it was not well shown. It was too stressful. So, Dumbo blew the feathers away. Then he made Colette fall down. Luckily, she also got the Dumbo scarf to throw over and grab the rope to lower her down. She is now very safe. But Dumbo doesn't know how to do it and shouts it up. The main danger at the moment is in the iron cage in the distance. A huge elephant shouts the sounds from the fort. Suddenly, Dumbo began to fly in the air to go with that sound. At that moment, everyone just breathed a sigh of relief when the baby elephant went straight to the big door. This place is called Nightmare Island. This place has a lot of wild animals, and Dumbo's mother is also locked there. A mother and her son had met each other. Dumbo's tears fell like rain when he saw his mother chained in an iron cage. He wanted to save her, but there was no way at this time. Afterward, the owner of Dumbo sent him to his place. Everything begins to fall apart at this point. The audience screams for the return of the ticket. The investor is upset and starts to break down and blame Mr. Vandeveer. At the house, Mr. Vandeveer blames Colette for her bad performance today. After that, Holt and his children come here and start to blame Mr. Vandeveer. He continued to say this show was so dangerous, but you still perform and don't even put up the protective net. Do you think it's human anymore? Mr. Vandeveer doesn't listen to them and expels them. The next day, they go to visit Dumbo. Mr. Vandeveer's plan to kill the elephant had been revealed to them at the time. After listening to everyone and having a plan to save our Dumbo, then he called his teammates to rescue the mother elephant and her son, Dumbo, from the circus. At night, the show started again. Now Mr. Holt and Colette have fallen in love with each other. Then he tells Colette to be careful. At this time, his prosthetic arm is also out. He did not need to use it anymore and left. Other approaches to the Nightmare Island security found the door closed, but there was still a girl inside. Then they realize it was the circus girl who unexpectedly grabbed all security and jumped into the lake. The mother elephant was forced to be put on a truck by the bad guys. But other circuses went in to help the mother elephant. Then they drove the truck away safely. Now the show performance has started. Colette appeared like a princess in the clouds. Dumbo became even more determined by sucking the feather in his nose and starting to perform in front of the crowd. After that, Holt tries to cut the upper circus hole in the roof with one hand at a time. It was very difficult for him to climb up, but he safely did it. Then Dumbo turned up in a hole in the roof and directed them to get out of there. Now Dumbo brought her to the control tower of the whole park. The guards arrested her but didn't dare touch the Dumbo. So Dumbo casually pulled down the joysticks. That shut down the entire operation of the amusement park. Meanwhile, Mr. Vandeveer, seeing that he tries to open up, all of the joysticks were raised without regard to any technical rules, resulting in a severe fire and explosion. After that, Dumbo and Colette ran out of the game area without seeing the two children, whereas Mr. Holt also tries to find his children by riding the white horse to find the children. But his children are being held by the guard in the circus. The father finally catches up to the place, even though he has only one hand, but he tries to help his children successfully. The whole family is reunited. Suddenly, he flew over the fire and used the sprinkler to extinguish the fire immediately. Then he finds a way out for his children. Meanwhile, our Dumbo had arrived. However, Mr. Holt encouraged Dumbo by saying you can fly without feathers. Then the father put the two children on Dumbo's back. When he saw a horse running in front of his eyes, he got on his horse and left. At last, we see that they meet again at the harbor, and Dumbo also uses all his strength to be successful. On arriving at the port, Dumbo was very happy to meet with his mother. They headed to the port, and the circus members returned home. Then Mr. Holt, Colette, and the kids had given up our Dumbo to go with his mother in a boat. They said goodbye to Dumbo at that time. Later, at the end of the movie, we see that they rebuilt their circus again. But this time, he built more amusement parks for the audience to enjoy. While Dumbo himself now lives in nature with his mother. And Dumbo finally found the house they had been looking for in nature, and his life was happy after that. That was all from the video. Thank you for watching this story until the end. I hope you liked it. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can watch more videos like this. Thank you for watching. Miss Recaps says goodbye.